Hello and welcome to week 8. It's the final week of our semester. You've hung in there, you're almost done. So let's go through our overview for this final week. You are going to, of course, look at your assignments and your reading assignment for this week through the lens of the course objectives and outcomes, and you can see that obviously, as has been true all semester, you've got that tie-in to help you achieve specific course outcomes and objectives when we look at not only the reading but the writing that you do. This also gives you those reading and writing assignments, but you know that those are reflected in your lessons and presentations as well as the assignments. Now, one thing is when you get to this final reflection, you're really going to look at those course outcomes and objectives. So feel free to go back through the previous overviews to help you as you begin to build out that reflection. You've got a few reflection resources that just kind of give you an idea of, what reflections are and how they're important in a writing class in particular. Really, they're important in any class because they give us a chance to really think about what we've done well, what we still need to work on, and how we can kind of move that forward as we grow as writers, as learners, as students. So this really taps into that transferability that we can go to another class and use some of these tools that we've built up over the course of this semester. All right. For your assignments this week, please remember that the last day of the semester is a Saturday. So even though you have your usual post by Thursday and respond by Saturday in your discussion forum, your final assignments are also due by Saturday because that is the last day of the semester. So let's look at discussion forum number 8. This time, you're going to use these questions below to write a multi-paragraph post that reflects on what you've learned over the course of the semester. You'll want to think about your structure. You'll want to think about which, questions you really want to, zero in on. But your original post should be about 250 words. It's due on Thursday. Your response to each of your classmates will be 150 words each, and that is due on Saturday. And you've got that rubric. Remember, you've got to click the little 3 vertical dots. You go to show rubric, and you've got your rubric for this forum. So, please consider that. You've done a great job with forums this semester, so keep up that amazing work. And those will be due Thursday and Saturday, respectively. All right, your final product of your remix is due by Saturday. You worked on that remix assignment last week. In the draft form, you got feedback. So what you're going to want to do is make those additional revisions and adjustments. Make sure that you post that final copy by Saturday, and don't forget to look over your feedback from both peers and me. Both have been supplied or will have been supplied over the course of this week. And then finally, you've got your final reflection. You, like I said, once again, have those course outcomes and objectives, but from your weekly overviews that those have also been tied into the various reading and writing that we've done throughout each week. So you're welcome to go back to those overviews and think about, how certain, outcomes and objectives were really, a place of growth for you, a place that you improved during this short semester. So what you're doing is you're writing a reflective essay that summarizes and evaluates some of the work that you've completed. You're going to use those course learning objectives. All of them are listed below to help you think about what you've done and what you've learned. You don't have to, respond to each of them. Ultimately, the prompt encourages you to only spend time writing about objectives that you can, provide evidence that shows your growth in your learning. So you're going to make direct references to at least 2 of the major assignments. You'll reference any informal writing like our journals and our discussion forums that you've done. You'll want to have a clear thesis. Be clear about the learning objectives that you feel you've achieved or grown within over the course of the semester. You'll want to, provide evidence of that achievement and think about, taking the time to read through it before you submit, revise where needed, get that extra set of eyes, whether it's a friend or a family member or the reading and writing studios. All right, so again, everything is due, on Thursday or Saturday. Thursday and Saturday for the forum, Saturday and Saturday for the remix, final draft of the remix project in your final reflection. If you have any questions as you move into this last week of the semester, don't hesitate to reach out.